we're out here to support each other, push each other, and at the end of the day, the three of us are competing against ourselves, and we're always competing against your own individual person, and just trying to be better than you were the day before. So I think that's the best way to look at it.
How gratifying has it been for you, the way it's worked out for you? I mean, you were patient for a good month and a half, waiting for your opportunity, and now he's obviously trusting you to come in on a regular basis.
For sure. You know, that's just the name of the game, though, and that's how I've staked my real estate in hockey, is being patient, and earning trust from coaches is it's a difficult thing, and so that's just, you got to be super patient, and sometimes it doesn't go well. You know, it's gone well here so far, but I've been in situations where it didn't go as well, and that's tough. So just got to continue to maintain the same approach, and we got 4.5 more months of being in the tunnel. So that's how I view it.
Have you ever been in a situation like that before, going that long without a game action?
Oh yeah, during COVID, I was taxi squad. I played 5 games all year, and that really impacted my career negatively, where I felt like I was on track to move into the NHL, and I felt like I was becoming good enough. And then I played 5 games in an entire season, and so that was very difficult emotionally, and obviously career-wise derailed me quite a bit. And so it's taken me a long time to fight back to this point, and I think it's a good learning lesson, though, because just like I've said to you guys so many times, it just teaches you that you have to continue to fight, and there's really nothing else you can do other than just control what you can control and try to grind your way back.
What were your options this summer? I mean,
I had a pretty decent market, obviously coming off of last year. As we all know, having a goalie that can play quality NHL minutes is very valuable in 2023. Whether it's, like I said, I've been on $400,000 contracts the last few years, and whatever, being that guy in the American League, but that's still a valuable position, and I always felt like I had to stay ready. So, I had a good market this summer. And it's funny because, like the year, 2 years before, after the COVID year, I thought my career was over, and I thought I was just going to fizzle and then go back to school, and obviously you start getting down those trains of thoughts, but just excited to be here and happy to be in the moment, and like I said, just keep grinding.
Alex, is it tough when you're playing 5 games a year, or like you haven't played for 6 weeks or whatever those things? Is it tough to emotionally be with the team? You know what I mean? Like you feel like you're part of the team or something like that.
You always feel like an outsider. You do, and I think everybody would tell you that, whether it's me or whether it's the guy who's making $10 million. If you're injured or something like that, if you don't feel like you're contributing to the team, it's very difficult. So, again, that's a learned skill that you acquire over time. I still don't handle it well, but I've handled it more poorly in the past. And so I continue to get better at that, and just happy to contribute now, and glad we're winning games and seemingly going the right way.
Alex, what part of your game have you been pleased with this year, and kind of what are you hoping to maybe work on as the season progresses?
I think it's just a matter of, to me it's just a big puzzle, and so when the entire puzzle comes together, that's when it goes well, and so it's like a little egg on a windowsill. It can go one way or the other at any time, and you're just trying to maintain that balance in your life and in your game, and so I guess I see it as kind of like everything is connected to everything, but just got to say, it's very appreciative of the guys. They've battled really hard for me, and like I said, that's not always the case. So really thankful to them. Makes a huge difference.
So you were thinking about going back to college. Did you get your degree, or go to graduate school? Or?
No, I haven't got my degree yet. So I'm about I don't even know, whatever, 5 credits.
All right. Do you plan on going?
I would
back
like to.
You'd like to? Yeah.
I mean, actually, I would love to win 10 Stanley Cups and 10 Vezinas in the next 10 years and just retire on a lake somewhere. That would be great. That's ideal. You know, is it realistic? Probably not. But that's sarcasm, just for the record.
5 credit shorts is not much, though.
No, it's not. I think that I will. And I told you this. My dad is a Yale guy as well, so runs
You're
in.
that close. Why not?
Yeah, I have to. It actually weighs on me, but I don't know. I mean, I'm just, when I signed coming out of school, it was like, I don't know how long this is gonna last, and then like anybody, 8 years later, I'm still playing and have managed to climb my way and scratch my way back up. So, but it's crazy, right? Right when you think that you've made it, it's always something that humbles you. And so I'm trying to keep that in perspective. And I've been on a pretty good little run here, but it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy tomorrow, and we're not going to have any easy games going forward. So,
Derek, you talked a lot about the casual play in last night's game. What's the first step towards eliminating that?
Yeah, urgency is going to creep in your game over 82 games. Try to do everything you can to prevent it. Certainly did last night. I think it's kind of been trending over the last 3 games, despite winning and getting points. I mean, look, we come back from Europe and we have a 5-game stretch where we go up 7 goals. Jeff Weintraub just did some quick math for me, and that's 1.4 a game over 5. And then we've given up 13 in the last 3. So, again, this is what winning looks like. You got to tighten things up, a little more urgency to your game. And it was coming a little bit to a head, and last night kind of bit us.
With some of the deep pairs, and I know it changed throughout the course of the game last night, is that a look you've been thinking about? Or
No, we were trying to just getting who's going and just anything in game. Obviously, some players weren't at the top of their game, and some things were finding them. So I just think that was us trying to manage it to get through that game.
It looked like you had Sider and Gostisbehere mostly together.
At times, yeah, we've done that, as you saw through it. Obviously, Wally was out with injury there. We came back from Europe, and that pair played together. So, again, comfortable with all 7 of our D. They've all been playing well, and we're going to use it as a positive, being able to get guys in there.
That might be one that you might revisit. Seems like that could be an interesting pair of those 2.
Oh yeah. You'll see that. You'll see that at times too. I know it puts Shannon's offhand, but he's by far our most comfortable D on his offhand. Does a really good job there.
Derek, when you came into the season, you and your coaching staff, what kind of conversations did you have about carrying 3 goalies and the challenges of that?
I think it's just roster management, where I don't know if we had a vision of having 3 goalies, but the way it played out, where our goaltending played out, maybe just being cognizant of the rest of the league on roster management, and not ideal, but again, I think it's been a luxury of ours. Not being a cap team, not having those issues, manage it the best we can. This day and age, you see the before and after. I mean, even today's a perfect example. We probably had 20 minutes of team reps, but there's probably another 40 minutes of before ice, after ice. So there's plenty of time to practice and develop, especially in that position. So I don't think it's that hard to manage, just a little unique to the league.
What's your message to James? Right.
It's the same as it was to Alex. Stay in there. We communicate every game and why. And he also kind of around enough where it could change quickly.
Razor on a little 4-game point streak here. What's allowed him to kind of be part of that offense now, generate?
Keeping plays alive. He's playing north. He's playing assertive with his game. He's winning battles. You add 2, 3, 4 more battle wins within a game. That's more touches, it's more offensive looks, and obviously some confidence. Obviously, really good player for us.
Coffer had the gray jersey today. Is he still expecting it tomorrow?
No, it would be probably a tomorrow decision. We'll see how he responds from today. You could see he was in and out on some reps there. So I think it was a positive, considering he has not skated the last 2 days.
What did you think of that 4th line last night?
It's good.
A couple of goals.
Good. I mean, again, that's our depth. Did not like the fact that they had their hands and fingerprints on the fourth goal against with 30 seconds left. You want to trust all of our guys in every situation, but again, that's why we're sitting where we're at. Depth scoring, rhythm within our game, and they did a really good job for us. And predominantly of late, they've done a really good job for us.
You going with Lyon tomorrow?
Lyon will be in net tomorrow.
Who's backing up?
It'll be probably a decision, get through morning skate, go from there.
What goes into in your mind for a guy who plays the bumper? What are the successful things you look for?
Puck support, keeping plays alive. The biggest thing sometimes with that bumper guy is just supporting and getting us out of trouble. And I think when we moved Dylan there last year, his instincts for it have been phenomenal. So, you know, sometimes that bumper, you may score a goal 30 seconds later, but that bumper helps you alleviate pressure or retrieve a puck earlier. So to me, that's one of the most important things.
Is it one of the positions too that has kind of had to evolve too? Because obviously when the teams do that 1-3-1,
yeah,
everyone kind of knows what that guy's job is still.
Oh yeah, I think it's evolved power plays. I think it's evolved penalty kills. This is a completely different approach mentality going forward with penalty kills. I mean, you're seeing extremely passive diamond looks, which you didn't even see 3-4 years ago in this league. And I think it's trending. It's an unbelievably coached league. It's a trend league. People are always pushing the limits of being successful. I think that power play 1-3-1 look versus modern or current penalty kills is really interesting to watch right now.
Do you think we ever get to the spot where you see more operating from below the goal line directly?
Well, possibly, but I mean, you still see some of that. But yeah, I don't. We'll see.
Rasmussen, a couple of net front deflections last night. I know the power play's been going well of late, but have you considered revisiting having him?
Maybe, but yeah, I mean, probably not. I mean, obviously, we're still 8th or 9th in the league on the power play. And obviously, a game out with JT there, so yeah, probably. I think we're good with where some of that personnel, as you'd say, saw some changes, but I think Brass has been really good within his role. We asked him to kill. We asked him to check at times. You start adding on to some of these players, takes away from what they're really good at.
You've been around a long time. Was that second period as crazy as you've ever experienced?
It was crazy and just so unique in that I don't think we had any right being up 4-0, and then to not be able to manage it and literally just hand 4 goals. I mean, I don't know if I've ever been part of 8 goals like that. Yeah, I don't know how much I enjoyed that.
A few weeks ago, we were asking all the time about what had to go into a good start, and now that the Shoe's kind of on the opposite foot and having a hard time closing games out, I'm curious to what extent you see like similarities between those two situations?
I just think we are what we are. We've had a lot of success this year. We're obviously way overachieving for everyone's perception of what this team was going to be. And I just think we have to be on our toes and on top of our game all the time. Is that fair? Probably not over 82 games, but that's, if we want to be successful, that's how it's going to have to look. We can't take the gas off. Many teams in this league can, not us.
The way your record, obviously these division games have a little bit more significance to them, but you like the way you fared for the most part within the division this year?
Yeah, of course. I think that's why we've put ourselves where we are. But we're just going to continue to get it. Nothing's changing here. I mean, we've went 6-1-1 in our last 8. It honestly feels like we win every night, and you look up at the standings and we're 2 points out of not being in the playoffs. It's just, that's our division, that's our conference, it's what we signed up for and why we got to keep pushing.
Is that a little frustrating, or I don't know if that's even the right word, but it's like, you're right. I mean, it seems like you've earned a lot of points, but you're just barely in there.
Well, that's my point early on, where even some of the questions, obviously no one had us projected to make the playoffs or where we're at, and I think the narrative people are asking is Boston or team kind of come back to us. No, it's not. We have to go to them, and that's what we're trying to do. Thanks, guys.